Hey everyone, it's Vintage Vinny, and guess what? I'm bringing you guys my eBay sales for the month of November 2018. I do have to say that my sales compared to last year's are really great. I'm doing really well. Part of that is because I'm spending my days off just listing. Like I'm getting either 3, 4, 5 items listed. There were some days I was getting up to 15 to 20 items listed because I was just doing that all day. I did nothing but put stuff up on eBay, which is great because it's really helping boost my sales up. Because as you all know, last year around this time, my sales were just pitiful. I wasn't selling hardly anything, and it just was not meeting my standards. But then again, I was really working my tail off as I am this year, but I'm trying to be better with my time management if I want to be successful with this, as well as my part-time job, which is treating me full-time, which is great for the time being until I decide I want to go out and do this on my own. So without further ado, let's jump right in and I'll show you guys the stuff that's sold, how much I paid, and what I sold it for. Okay, so the very first item that we're going to start off with is this really awesome Budweiser Beer Ugly Christmas Sweater Pajama Jumpsuit. Believe it or not, I actually picked this up at my local Walmart. It was in the clearance area, and I think I bought it in either January or February. Sometimes things that sit for the last season just get missed, I guess, when they're either donating or marking stuff out or throwing it out, which is not great, but hey, it is what it is. And they must have missed this, and I saw that it was originally $19.97, and then Walmart marked it down 90% off, so I only paid $2 for this. I've had it listed for several months, and I had it at 40 bucks, nobody budged, and then about a month ago, I decided to go ahead and mark this down $10, so I marked it down to $29.99. Someone paid full price for it, and they paid for shipping. As you can see, this is brand new with the tags. Next item to sell is, it wasn't a very high dollar item, but it was definitely worth me putting up online. This is a Garnier Fructis full and plush voluptuous blowout bodifying treatment. I got this for $1.50 at one of the charity thrift stores in town, and I sold it for 10 bucks. So you know how sometimes people can't really find a product that they're looking for, or it's too expensive in stores, or it's just something that they don't make anymore. So they'll go online and see if they can find it for cheap, and I made $7.50 off this. So it's not a huge profit, but it's still more than what I paid, so I was happy with that. Next item is something that I've constantly talked to you all about in my videos. When buying the tiki glasses, always check for orchids of Hawaii, Japan. These ones are always the most collectible. Picked this up at a Goodwill in town, or my old town, excuse me, for 99 cents, and I sold it for $9.99. So about a 90% return on investment, so that was pretty good. Alright, this is something that's been in my personal collection for quite a while. Years, probably 10, 11 years ago, probably my early teens, I had gotten into the vintage lunchboxes, and the first one we ever purchased was a Beverly Hillbillies lunchbox that I paid 35 bucks for. Actually, my dad did. It was kind of like a little gift in one of our local antique stores where we used to live, and that lunchbox is pretty valuable now, and I absolutely love it. It's from 1963. This one he gave to me for Christmas, I think around the same year that we bought that Beverly Hillbillies one. It's not really my thing. I do love Market Mindy, you know, Pam Dauber and Robin Williams are very comic and hilarious in this show. It was in great shape. I think my dad did buy this off eBay about 10, 11 years ago for me. I did ask him if I could sell it, so don't get mad at me because I sold a gift, but yeah, I had asked him if it was alright, and he said yes. So I've been purging all my collectibles and stuff that I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm not real crazy about this anymore, and, you know. So I decided to go ahead and sell this one, and, you know, we lost Robin Williams a few years ago, so this kind of helped with the value. Compared to some of the other boxes that I've seen on eBay, this one's in pretty darn good shape all over the place. It's from 1979, if I didn't say that. Inside's in really, really good condition, or was in really good condition, as you can see. Pretty clean, no rust, no paint loss, anything like that. Scratches, as you know, because it's almost 40 years old. So I got full asking price of $39.99, so hopefully this is going to be a gift to somebody who had this once as a kid, and I hope they cherish it. My main focus, as you all know if you've watched my channel long enough, I really, really like the Eisenhower World War II era, but even further back than that. Some stuff from the 70s is okay, but this is like really pushing it, going towards the 80s, and I'm not really crazy about the 80s. I mean, some stuff is okay, like I said, I'm very much eclectic in what I like, but it's got to be something that's within my liking. And this with the lunchboxes, I really like to stick to the 50s and the 60s because that's when all the great TV shows came out and the graphics were great. Not that this isn't great either, but it's just a little too 80s to me, even though it's pushing right out of the 70s. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the next item. Alright, so I got a little story to tell you all about this item. So I picked this up again at one of the same charity thrift stores, and sorry, computers being very much of a pain. So this is a FisherPrice Little People, Little Shepherds set. I gotta give a big shout out to Heather from the Paper Castle for this one because I would have never ever thought to pick one of these up. For some reason, these sets, I guess, were either limited edition or they just were popular at one point, went out, and now they're back in. So I paid 75 cents for this, and I actually took a best offer of, I think, what was it? Let me go ahead and check that out real quick. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I forget what I took for things. I'm assuming it was $45 the first time, and that's where I'm gonna get to the story. Yes. So paid 75 cents, sold it for $45. The buyer actually requested a return because she said that the figures were in a little less, or like a little bit of a rougher shape than she had seen in these photos here. I will take a little bit of responsibility for that one because I didn't really get great shots of all of the figures. I just kind of took a picture of what it looked like outside of the box. So of course I said, I'll take the item back, and I waited till she sent the item back, and then I just refunded her. Simple as that. She wasn't satisfied, but here's the best part, and I'll get to that when I show you the other sold listing for this piece. Alright, next piece that I sold. Again, sorry guys, my computer just has been having issues. I've been trying to fix it, or just maybe it's time to get a new one. So, if you guys remember my town-wide yard sale haul, I'll link it up here if you guys want to see it. I picked up this set of nesting canisters, and it's color of navy blue. They're from the 70s. They have the lids to them. Paid $3 for the set. I sold it for full asking price of $39.99. It's best if you have a lot of these because they will sell better. I don't know if this was a defect, but on this third one right here, the lid just didn't want to shut. I mentioned it in the description, and the buyer left me positive feedback. He was very, very satisfied. All right. Next little set are these really, really adorable 1960s mouse elf ornaments. The colors correlate. You've got purple and blue, and then blue and purple. If you guys remember in one of my antique haul videos that I did, I picked up a whole box of, I think there were either 11 or 12 pixies, elves, whatever you want to call them, from the 60s. They were $10.99. I've already made all of my money back on that whole lot, and I kept maybe one of the pixies because it was just really, really cool. So if you want to split these into two, that's $7.50 each. And I had these up for a long time too. I had them at $20 just because I thought they were unique, and nobody bought them for the whole year. So I decided just to drop them $5 and see what happens, and they sold. So yeah, I think I had, maybe I'm wrong. It was these two and two others, and then that fifth pixie. I think it was 5 pixies for $10.99. So I sold these for $15, another one for $13, and then I think I sold the other one for $10. So I already made all my money back, and including the one that I kept. So that was a really, really good return on investment, even though I was kind of skeptical about paying $11 for the Pixies, but I guess that was just worth it. All right, this is another thing that you guys have seen that's been in my stash of collectibles. Um, Again, this was another item that I decided to go ahead and let go of. This was, again, another Christmas present. Don't hate me. This is a 1970s Coca-Cola swag light. I had this in my old bedroom, the one my grandmother's house when we moved there. It was a something that I had that was, I guess, dangling over all my old Coke trays. Over time and after it not being around, I just kind of grew sick of it, I guess you could say. And it's in great shape. I mean, there was some paint loss on this little tulip here. It looks like something that you would find in a pizza parlor or some kind of place like that back in the 70s. It does work. As you can see, this is what it looks like lit up. It just wasn't my style anymore, especially because I now have a beachy room. That blue swag light that I bought at the antique mall for $22 is definitely more my style. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to put it up in this room because I'm not trying to make this room look like crap like I have in the past. So I'll see what I can do, but I did get Mansfield up. Like I said, I do want to do a room tour for you guys, but I just want to make sure I get everything squared away in here. Like I want to get my Coke trays up on the one wall before I do that, and then I'll go show you guys the storage room where I keep all of my stuff. So, yep, we'll get to that. All right, this was another really good pickup on my part. I got these again at the Goodwill down where I used to live. This is a set of Pottery Barn Colby leather photo bookends. Brand new in the box. I paid $6.99 for them, and I sold them for full asking price of $39.99. Funny enough, I had listed them for $50 originally, and then I had a customer or alleged customer send me a best offer, and I denied their offer because it was too low. And they said, "Oh, I've only seen these sell for $35 about." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." And then I waited a little while, didn't take her offer, and boom, somebody bought them for full asking price. So, yeah, some people just don't know what they're talking about. They just want the better deal, and I'm not giving it to them. Sorry. All right, so here is the other, better detailed listing for this FisherPrice little shepherd set. So this time I actually jacked the price up $10 more. And again, it was 75 cents, and I actually took a best offer of $52.50. So not a horrible decision I decided to make. So as you can see, I did decide to take pictures of all of the figures that came with this, and just to let someone see what they were getting. So I was fully happy with that, and the person left me positive feedback, so win-win. Okay, so this is the first of the many Kohl's clearance items that I hope to be reselling. This is the first Under Armour. The pattern is called Moroccan Blue Medium, 488. Paid $2.50 for this item, and I sold it for $16.99 with the buyer paying shipping. As you can see, there was a tiny little defect in the pattern right there, that little gray spot that's coming off of the fabric. I just decided to mention that because, you know, sometimes people are real picky about that kind of thing, especially when you're reselling. New with tags, again, retail 25 bucks, paid less than, you know, $3 for it, so I decided to go ahead and sell it. Shout out to Pudgy Picker for this one because I never would have thought to pick up these chirping bird clocks. It's made by the National Audubon Society, singing bird clock. I paid $1.50 for this, and I sold it for a best offer of $29.99 with the buyer paying shipping. Another fun little pickup that I got months ago is this Lego decorating tree with minifigures in it. Paid $2 for that, sold it for $13 with the buyer paying shipping. Last item is something that I was pretty surprised that sold. So this is a set, or actually a bottle of Ralph Cool by Ralph Lauren Eau de Toilette for Women spray. I paid $5 for this up at it was an antique mall, but the last building is kind of like a flea market-y area, and this person offers really good prices on her fragrances. So I decided to go ahead and pay the $5 she was asking. And I took a best offer of $39.99, and it's a completely full bottle. Buyer paid shipping, of course. And that's everything I wanted to share with you all today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to know when new videos are posted. Also, all the links to my social media accounts are down below as well if you'd like to follow there. Thanks so much for watching.